Today is the 17th day of the fourth month in the ninth year of Channel Group, May 28, 2021. To begin our day, let's offer our respect and gratitude to our Heavenly Parent and true parents of heaven, earth, and all humankind. 천지인 참 부모님께 형배 바로 Let us recite 가정맹세.
가정맹세 1. 천일국 주인 우리 가정은 참 사랑을 중심하고 본향 땅을 찾아 본연의 창조 이상인 지상 천국과 천상 천국을 창건할 것을 맹세하나이다. 2. 천일국 주인 우리 가정은 참 사랑을 중심하고 하늘 부모님과 참 부모님을 모시어 천주의 대표적 가정이 되며 중심적 가정이 되어 가정에서는 효자, 국가에서는 충신, 세계에서는 성인, 천주에서는 성자의 가정의 도리를 완성할 것을 맹세하나이다. 3. 천일국 주인 우리 가정은 참 사랑을 중심하고 4대 심정권과 3대 왕권과 황족권을 완성할 것을 맹세하나이다. 4. 천일국 주인 우리 가정은 참 사랑을 중심하고 하늘 부모님의 창조 이상인 천주 대가족을 형성하여 자유와 평화와 통일과 행복의 세계를 완성할 것을 맹세하나이다. 5. 천일국 주인 우리 가정은 참 사랑을 중심하고 매일 주체적 천상세계와 대상적 지상세계의 통일을 향해 전진적 발전을 촉진화할 것을 맹세하나이다. 6. 천일국 주인 우리 가정은 참 사랑을 중심하고 하늘 부모님과 참 부모님의 대신 가정으로서 천운을 움직이는 가정이 되어 하늘의 축복을 주변에 연결시키는 가정을 완성할 것을 맹세하나이다. 7. 천일국 주인 우리 가정은 참 사랑을 중심하고 본연의 혈통과 연결된 위하는 생활을 통하여 심정 문화 세계를 완성할 것을 맹세하나이다. 8. 천일국 주인 우리 가정은 참 사랑을 중심하고 천일국 시대를 맞이하여 절대신앙, 절대사랑, 절대복종으로 신인의 일체 이상을 이루어 지상천국과 천상천국의 해방권과 석방권을 완성할 것을 맹세하나이다.
And for the opening prayer, may we call on the city leader of Malolos, Bulacan, Mrs. Mary Gay Alfonso.
Good morning, everyone. Please join me in prayer. Good morning, our most beloved Heavenly Parent and loving true parents of heaven, earth, and humankind. Once and foremost, again, I would like to express my deepest gratitude for having this moment once again together with our brothers and sisters, together as one family, in order for us to become filial children to you and to our parents. By listening to your voice through the words from our true parents to be spoken by our national leader, Reverend Leo Angelo Halo, who truly gave his utmost best. May we could truly be able to digest the words by practicing and making it real in our daily lives, to give joy and comfort your sorrowful heart. We pray, Father, that we could be able to inherit the true love from Heavenly Parent that our true parents have shown and continuously showing such love towards us. Thank you so very much, Heavenly Parent and true parents, for patiently waiting for us to become worthy to you, to your chaksarang. Please forgive us for being unfilial, Heavenly Parent. But you know our heart, Heavenly Parent, how we really want to become filial sons and daughters to you and to our true parents. So please, Heavenly Parent, give us the strength to overcome any difficulties and situations in order to become victorious in our tasks that you have entrusted towards each and every one. To liberate your suffering heart and ease the pain of your longing heart towards your long lost children. We sincerely pray for our true mother's help and protection, Heavenly Parents. We cannot offer anything but ourselves to you to fulfill our responsibility, to work more, not because of duty, but because we truly love you and our true parents. Father, please open our hearts and our mind in order for us to really digest the words today. Thank you so much, Heavenly Parents, for everything. And all these things I would like to pray, and I sincerely report these things to you with humility and gratefulness in our names of Ramon and Gay Alfonso as Blessed Central Family. Jew.
Sure. Brothers and sisters, let's offer our unison prayer. Sincha. True. Thank you so much, brothers and sisters. Brothers and sisters, before anything else, let's first offer our morning greetings, our Heavenly Parent and true parents of heaven, earth, and humankind. Morning to your most beloved Heavenly Parent and true parents. Good morning, leaders. Good morning, brothers and sisters. And from those who are in the centers, please take your seat. Thank you so much. And for our morning Hinduke, for our Hundok reading, may we call on our Bulacan West District Leader, Mr. Gilbert Rosales.
Okay, good morning, everyone. Good morning to our national leader. Good morning, brothers and sisters. Okay, from the book Mother of Peace, a memoir by Hak Jahan Moon. Chapter 2. I came into this world as the only begotten daughter. My father played an essential role. All right, from now on, you should wear this when you go out. My maternal grandfather told me. I look at the strange footwear and ask, what are these? They are called high heels, he said. During the Japanese colonial rule in rural Korea, Western fashions such as high heels were almost never seen in rural areas. My grandfather, Hong Yu-il, however, was an enlightened gentleman who welcomed modern things. He personally had gone into the city and bought high heels for all the women in his family. He was tall, friendly, and handsome, and everyone highly respected his progressive thinking, even though he had grown up in a household of strict Confucian tradition. He was ahead of his time. Interestingly, when I met Father Moon for the first time, I thought in my heart that he resembled my grandfather. That was one reason I could feel at ease with Father Moon when I first met him. Even though I was only 13, he was not a stranger to me. My maternal grandmother, Jo Wen Mo, was a petite woman with beautiful features. In addition to being a devout Christian, she was industrious and active. She made a living by running a small business called the Pyongan Store, selling and repairing sewing machines. At the time, sewing machines were expensive and they were considered the most important part of a bride's trousseau. Townspeople admired my grandmother for giving big discounts to the families of new brides and for setting up payment plans, something unheard of back then. Grandmother used to go from village to village to collect the monthly payments, carrying me on her back. I first experienced the wider world on those excursions. My grandfather's family moved from Chonjo, which is my husband's hometown, and crossed the Chongchon River to the town of Anju. To be precise, Shinue, a village in the town of Anju. My mother inherited grandmother Juwon Mo's devout faith. They attended a local Presbyterian church in Anju until she was age 19. The pastor of that church actually gave my mother her name, Hong Sone. My mother studied at Anju Grade School and in 1936 graduated from a Christian mission school called Pyongyang Saints Academy. My parents were married in the New Jesus Church on March 5, 1934, and I, their first and only child, was born in 1943, 9 years later. That unusually long interval elapsed, not because my parents were infertile, but because they were living separately, each engrossed in their lives of faith. And for my father, his career as an educator. He taught in Yongbek County, Huanghe Province, which was some distance from my maternal home. And my mother did not want to move there. My mother's intense devotion to Jesus led her to focus all her time and attention on her church work. There was another reason as well. My maternal grandparents, the Hongs, wished to make my father, Hang Sung-un, their heir, but he did not accept it. As the eldest son of the Han family, his parents did not allow him to put his roots down in his wife's home, so she would not move in with him, nor him with her. But God wanted me to be born, And so I arrived in my grandparents' home in Shinue, Anju. I grew up there and came to accept God quite naturally. In 1945, when Korea regained its independence, the great powers divided our peninsula at the 38th parallel, and soon the joy of having our country back turned into despair. The Russians put the Korean Communist Party in charge, and it implemented policies backed by brutal oppressions. I was four. I was 4 years old when my father suddenly appeared at our home to announce, conditions are not going to improve here. I cannot have my family live in North Korea. Let us go south. My mother could not help but think hard about my father's unexpected request. While she had been living with the sole purpose of meeting the Lord at the second advent, she actually did not know what she would do when she met him. Her husband's request tore her in two. Would it be better to stay here and walk the unknown path of God's will? Or should I elect to live as an ordinary housewife? She pondered these things and then made up her mind. Aju.
Thank you so much, Kuya, for that wonderful reading. And brothers and sisters, if you receive that, please give our big hand of gratitude to our Heavenly Parent and true parents. Thank you so much. And now for our for our 10 points of gratitude, may we call on our blessed family member from Caloocan City, none other than Mr. Jomar Villalobos. Let's welcome him with a big virtual applause.
Good morning. Naririnig po ba? Good morning, my precious brothers and sisters. So, thank you so much for this privilege to have this an opportunity also to share my 10 points of gratitude. So first, I am grateful and thankful to God and true parents and our ancestors for another new life that they have given us. Despite of our limitations, they continuously entrusting us their will and desire to attain the purpose of creation. Number two, I am thankful and grateful for this opportunity to attend once again in our national morning hundoke and receive the precious words of love and guidance from our true parents that will be shared to us by our beloved hardworking national leader. Number three, I am thankful and grateful that our true mother is safe, as well as our true family, our international leaders, our leaders here in the Philippines, our brothers and sisters are safe from coronavirus, which continuously challenging the life of billions of lives around the world. Number four, I am thankful and grateful for the hard works and efforts of our leaders, central figures, and brothers and sisters, that despite the pandemic, everyone is looking for countless possibilities to survive, reach out families in their mission, and continuously sharing true parents' guidance to our beloved HTM families and HTM youth. Number five, I am thankful and grateful that our nation, Philippines, already procure and receive donations from around the world of total of 8,279,050 doses of vaccine from different pharma companies all over the world as of May 2020, which will be a great help for the faster recovery of our nation. Six, I am thankful and grateful for our frontliners, health and medical personnel all over the Philippines for devoting their lives for the sake of many people that even it's very risky, they ignore and continuously assisting our people to be COVID-free and mitigate this virus. Number seven, I am thankful and grateful that our Caloocan cluster continuously guiding families as well as the youth through Tong Il Mudo programs. And we are hoping for more support and guidance to reach out more and more young people. Eight, I am thankful and grateful that we have our centers and offices that continuously guiding each members towards achieving God and true parents' heart and will for us. And a big thanks to our leaders that religiously fulfilling their responsibilities for younger generation. Number 9, I am thankful and grateful for countless opportunities of this pandemic that even we lost a bigger chance of doing our traditional fundraising, still God gave us a lot of opportunities to survive and continuously earn for the continuation of our programs nationwide. And number 10, lastly, I am thankful and grateful to my central figure, brothers and sisters, my spouse, for inspirations, guidance, and support because undeniably, we cannot do our missions alone. And their presence is a very big help for everyone's spiritual life. Once again, thank you so much, our brothers and sisters, our national leader. Have a nice day and a fruitful day to all. Thank you po.
Thank you so much, Kuya Jomar. And brothers and sisters, if you receive our brother Jomar, please give him a big virtual applause. Thank you so much. And now I know you're very excited to receive our daily inspiration coming from our national leader. But first, we need to hear our offering song from our youth and student for Peace Bulacan to render us the song Here I Am to Worship. Let's welcome Youth and Student for Peace Bulacan. A big virtual applause.
Good morning, brothers and sisters. Happy morning devotions. Light of the world, you step down into darkness. Open my eyes, let me see beauty that made this heart adore you. Hope of a life spent with you. Here I am to worship, here I am to bow down, here I am to say that you're my God. You're altogether lovely, altogether worthy, altogether wonderful to me. King of all days, oh so highly exalted, glorious in heaven above. Humbly you came to the earth you created, all for love's sakes became born. Here I am to worship, here I am to bow down, here I am to say that you're my God. You're altogether lovely, altogether worthy, altogether wonderful to me. Here I am to worship, here I am to bow down, here I am to say that you're my God. You're altogether lovely, altogether worthy, altogether wonderful to me. I'll never know how much it costs to see my sin upon that cross. I'll never know how much it costs sin upon that cross. I'll never know how much it cost to see my sin upon that cross. I'll never know how much it cost to see my sin upon that cross. Here I am to worship, here I am to bow down, here I am to say that you're my God. You're altogether lovely, altogether worthy, altogether wonderful to me. Here I am to worship, here I am to bow down, here I am to say that you're my God. You're altogether lovely, altogether worthy, altogether wonderful to me.
Thank you so much. Let's give them a big round of applause. Thank you so much, Youth and Student for Peace, Bulacan. And now, brothers and sisters, to prepare our heart, our mind, our body, our soul, here we welcome our very hardworking national leader of FFWP Philippines, none other than our Mr. Reverend Leo Angelo Hatop. Please give him a big virtual applause.
Thank you very much, our Sister Lady. First, I would like to greet our Heavenly Parent and True Parents. Good morning to our Heavenly Parents and True Parents. To all our Chonbo families, our beloved Blessed Central families, brothers and sisters, all over the world, magandang umaga po sa inyong lahat. And thank you very much for joining once again in our Hunduke. Today is our 110th day of morning devotion. Really happy to be with you all. Thank you very much to NCR today for hosting our morning devotion. And thank you for that very inspiring song offered by our new youth members from Bulacan, and also for the inspiring 10 points of appreciation of our brother Jomar. And so, thank you very much. Let's begin today's morning devotion. Let's listen from True Father's words again today. I will be sharing with you. And so today I'll be sharing this topic entitled, "The Family is the Training Ground of the Heart." Also, yesterday, also we talked about the family, and also I think the other day. So really, Father talks so much about the family, how important our families are. So today, let's study the family is the training ground of the heart. True Father said, we cannot live separate from the heart. We cannot live separate from the heart. Even if you are the president of a country or possess global authority, you would not be able to live if you had no place to express your heartfelt joy. You would not be able to feel the deepest satisfaction from the people who are under your command, your officers, or the people who follow you. You must feel it in your family. You should be able to return home and feel joy through your wife and children. In such a way, you should be proud of this joy in front of others. This joy is a primal joy, not a secondary joy. It is the same with God. Even if He was to restore the whole world, without a family, He would not feel joy. So we need our families after all. So people are admiring or aspiring to achieve many things in this world, right? But Father's today emphasizing what is really the most important. Father said we need our families after all. Whatever we achieve in our life, Father is even saying here, even if you become, the president of a country, actually you cannot really express your joy, to the people you are working with. You can only express, the greatest joy. You can just express your heart in your own family. That's why at the end of the day, right after the work you are doing, whatever your profession, whatever your work is, at the end of the day, you will go back to your own families, right? So Father said we cannot really, live separate from the heart. And then where is our heart rooted? It is in our family, of course, with Heavenly Parent, but it is in this family that God created, right? So how important to really prepare to have, the family for those who are still single, and then for us who has our own family, how to really make this family really filled with overflowing love, right? This is where each member of the family can feel this is like your home base, right? Even how many challenges, how many, difficulties, or really whatever, things that not really much comfortable you experience, but once you come home and be with your family, this is like your most comfortable place, right? This is where you can experience love, the greatest love, and this is where your heart will always be at ease. So you are connected, with each member of the family. That's why even how you are, the most famous person, you have the greatest or highest position in the country. Without a family, there's no meaning. Even Father saying here, even God, without a family, he would not feel joy. And then this joy, Father said, that you can experience and feel in the family, this is a primal joy. This is the most fundamental. This is the most primary joy that human beings needs to experience, not a secondary joy. Father said, It is the same with God. So even if He was to restore the whole world, even if Heavenly Parent will restore the whole world, without a family, He would not feel joy. So we need our families after all. So that's why the joy and the happiness that really people are longing for, right? Even the principle, people are struggling to attain happiness and avoid misfortune. In the divine principle, it's very clear, and it was written in the very beginning. So human beings' main purpose is to feel and experience joy. But this joy, and then the true joy that will only be experienced in the family. That's why even how much, people try to find this happiness with their friends, with their peers, with their colleagues, in all the things that they are doing, right? There are many people who are adventurous. It seems that they're happy. Yeah, they're happy, but this happiness is just temporary. So people keep on finding it, right? And then people keep on changing what they are doing because they are trying to find the ultimate joy, the greatest joy, and then the long-lasting, the everlasting joy. But this can only be found in the family, where hearts are interconnected among the members of the family. Aju. So this is really, really important. So Father said, school trains you for your future life in society. Parents should be the head of the family, and teachers should be the head of the educational institutions, which represent society. Parents raise you by giving you milk, thereby assisting your physical development as well as helping you emotionally. Then what is school for? It trains you for your future life in society. If the family is the training ground of the emotions, then school is the experimental training ground of society. So the family is the smallest unit, but this is the foundation. But it never ends there also, right? It needs to, be expanded. So we cannot just love our own family. This is just the foundation. That's why after we build that foundation, we go to school. Then the school teach our young members, our children, to be able to prepare for the future life in the society. So the school is the experimental training ground of the society. That's why very, very important also our children, after they 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 were nurtured in our own families, we send them to school, right? So through the parents, They need also to, practice and parental love, parental heart, the parents. So the school is the training ground for the future life of our young brothers and sisters, young generations, our children, as they go to the bigger environment beyond the family, which is the society. So schools also are really very important. That's why the teachers, right? They need to have the proper orientation. Now, many schools, because the teachers, they doesn't have good families, they don't know these things also, they even become bad influence to the students. That's why now we have school, and then we have already many graduates. Who will be the best teachers in the future? These are actually people who knows the principle. Our brothers and sisters who completed their college from IPLC, later on as we expand our schools here, our IPLC, our Sonwa, and then later on we'll expand in Visayas and in Mindanao. Who are the best teachers? These are our graduates of our schools, right? Our family members, our Blessed Central families. You are the best teachers. You will be the best teachers. Aju, because we need to prepare our young brothers and sisters. We need to train them for the future life. So this is really, really important. The schools are like the second stage, right? And really helping, children, young brothers and sisters to expand their mind, expand their heart, to be able to live in a bigger environment in the future. Aju? And then they should continue what these young children learn in the family, right? Not only educating them in the mind, right? But especially need to continue educating them by heart, right? This is really, really important. That's why school is playing a very important role to really raise up Trinidad book citizens, raise up people who are going to prepare to build good and ideal families that will going to contribute in really making an ideal nation, an ideal world. Aju? Father said, where does the training ends? But society is not where training ends. Where does it end? It ends with the nation. The nation as a president. Why is it that people miss the president and want to be near him? When they have experienced everything from the family to the society, they go on to the next level. The president is the fruit of the third stage after the formation and growth stages. A seed divides, sends roots down and a shoot up, and then through circulatory action, growth begins. After such division comes a synthesis when flowers and fruit are produced. So this is like, in the family, this is like the formation stage, and then in the society, in the school, like the growth stage, and then, in the national level, that is like the final, the third stage, Father said. So where does the training ends? It doesn't end in the family. It doesn't end in the school, but in the national level. It ends with the nation, Father said. So the nation as the president, so everybody wants to become close to the president, right? Standing as, as the parent of the nation. So when they have experienced everything, Father said, from the family to the society, then they go to the next level. So after we were raised in the school, right? So next is in the national level. So this is where, we really grow fully. As we grow, and then the cycle will going to continue. So after such division comes, Father said, a synthesis when flowers and fruit are produced. So human beings needs to go through this process, this cycle, also of training in the family, in the society, and in the national level. Become national figure also, then we can expand our heart, starting to take care of the nation, right? Not only the president, but the president is the, the center, of course. Not everybody will become the president, but what it means is that in the national level, right? We develop our heart in the national level. And then we started to, expand our heart and be able to really take care of the nation. And then as this cycle continues, right? Then it produces, flowers and fruit. Then this will continue and will never end, this kind of cycle of our life. So this training of individual will not just end in the family or in the school, but in the national level and continue. and produce continuously, and it will never end. Aju, that's why it's really, really important. You know, some people, they just, everything is just in the family level. Mga Pilipino, minsan okay na tayo, pamilya lang ang iniisip. Okay na doon ang mga Pilipino. But actually, need to, level up. Need to level up in the school, also the development of our heart, and then in the bigger nation, where we can, continue to develop our parental heart, and then this cycle will continue. So we are actually in the course of training, and it never ends in our families. It never ends in the school, but minimum is in the national level. In the national level. So this is really very clear formula, right? But everything begins in the family. That is the basic foundation. Without the basic, without the family, we cannot move forward. We cannot go to the growth level and then to the to the national level. We cannot go there without the foundation of the family. If we have good foundation of training in the family, then going to the next level, to the school, and then to the national level, then we don't have any problem, actually, right? So that's how important it is. Kaya nga kahit gano'ng kagagaling ang mga teachers then, if children doesn't have the foundation of training in the family, then even how good the teacher, they cannot educate these children who doesn't receive any foundation in their own family. And then after the education in the society, in the school level, then go to the national level, right? And then as you take a higher responsibility, you develop more bigger and more parental heart, taking care of the citizens of the nation. Aju, aju. So this is continuous training. Our life is continuous training. Father said, it is a place where you train your heart to love. Schools raise the people needed by the nation by educating the qualified elite to serve the nation. They are training and experimentation sites. Training is not real life, but a preparation stage. You should not make the wrong preparations. What is the family? It is a training ground for the heart. It is a place where you train your heart to love. This is why you should live affectionately like brothers and sisters at school, and also live affectionately like brothers and sisters in the nation. Parental education is needed at school, in society, and also by the nation. Parents should pass everything in the realm of heart on to their children. They should create a foundation of heart for their children by teaching them to follow their parents' footsteps in living in certain ways in the family, the society, and in the nation. So, Father is saying that the family is the training ground for the heart. It is really where we really train, really the basic foundation. But also, Father is saying here, training is not real life, but a preparation stage. So everything actually we are doing, this is just preparation stage. So you should not make the wrong preparations, Father said. So very, very important. We need to, do the right preparation. That is why you should live affectionately like brothers and sisters at school, and also live affectionately like brothers and sisters in the nation. Parental education is needed at school, in society, and also by the nation. That's why Father is emphasizing parental heart. Parental education is needed. That's why in the family, we need to become true parents there in our family. Educate our children with that parental heart. And also in the society, when you're a teacher, you need to educate with parental heart your students. That's why Father is saying we need to seek, a teacher of heart more than a teacher of knowledge. So what happens now to our educators? They are just educators of knowledge, right? They just focus with the academic education without really, parental way of educating the students, without even connection with the students. They just meet in the school, they teach the students there, but after that, really, they cannot really build the artistic connection like parent and child. So even in the school, and then especially in the bigger environment, which is also the nation. That's why once you become a leader of the nation, you need to have the parental heart, right? So with this way of educating our children, they can inherit that. They will grow, with filled with love, full of love. Their hearts are full of love. They will going to learn from their parents, from their teachers, and then in their nation, the president of the nation, those who are in the national level leadership, right, who are practicing parental way of leadership, then children, young people can inherit that. Then we can raise up, right? We can raise up the citizens of our nation. That's why to become, to handle higher position, we need to really go through certain level. Kaya nga tayo tinrain ni Father, di ba? We were trained when we were young. Of course, it should be in our family, but in reality, many really couldn't experience in our family. That's why when we started to learn everything through parents, right? So we are preparing that we can have this kind of family on our own, right? Of course, we have many difficulties in our own families, not only in the Philippines, everywhere in the world. Many families are dysfunctional. Many children are just on the street, living on the street, so they couldn't experience this, right? So even us, that's why when we learn the principle, when we meet true parents also, train us so much for us to expand our heart, so that later on when we become parents, we can really practice, parental heart. We can really love our children. And then when some of us are also, teaching, we are all educators. So if we develop such a heart, then we can practice everywhere. When we take higher responsibility in the national level, then we can have that heart of embracing, people around us, our brothers and sisters. So without going through such training, and then you stand in the, national level position, you're given that responsibility. How can you embrace your nation? How can you embrace brothers and sisters? So it's not only that you are intelligent, you are good in many things, but most importantly, what kind of heart you have? How can we embrace people, right? How can we embrace people? This is really the most important. That's why our family is the place where we train our heart to love. Absolutely, we need our family, which became the foundation. But we really need to prepare well that path that young people are going through. The family and then the school, very, very important. Train them to go to the final stage, which is the nation. National level, you can practice more when you are taking higher responsibility in the national level. Aju, that's why really what's the most important? Development of heart, right? Developing our heart, training our heart to love. This is really the most important, where the family is actually the beginning point of this. Aju, so parental heart. Parental heart is the most important. We need to carry this. That's why Father is always emphasizing parental heart in the shoes of the servant, right? This is the way we have to take, like our true parents. Aju, that's why starting from our own families. That's why no matter what, we are given the opportunity ngayon. So we need to really make that kind of family where our children can really grow well, and then they go to the school. That's why kaya nga po tayo may mga schools din ngayon. This should be really the next stage. Kasi sa ibang school, yeah, they can become very intelligent po mga anak natin. Pupunta sila sa matataas na paaralan, ng mga sikat na paaralan ngayon. But really, what is the most important? Of course, we want to send our children doon, but really, I advise our blessed families, our brothers and sisters, we have our IPLC, we have our SONWA. Of course, still a lot of preparation we need to do. This time, we are looking forward to really improve more, right? Our schools. We have Sanmun University in Korea, right? If you really wanted, direct education from our true parents there in Korea. Kaya nga po napakahalaga talaga ng eskwelahan ang papasukan ng ating mga anak. So we shouldn't just, long for, maging sobrang talino nila sa mga matataas na schools na to. But actually, most importantly po is how they can continue to nurture their heart, especially as we prepare them in our own families. Napakahalaga po niyan. We could see ang mga problema ng ating mga kabataan, nagsisimula yan lalo na sa edad nila na nag-aaral sila ng college, right? Kaya nga po, how important yung school na papasukan nila. Ngayon, maraming even mga Christian schools, hindi na nga sila nagpipray doon eh. Di ba? So, what our children can learn, kahit pa na nag-guide natin silang mabuti sa family natin, minsan, the influence of the society very strong. Kaya dyan na nagsisimula mga problema ng ating mga young people, mga kabataan natin, mga second generation natin. when they go to school. Of course, not all. Meron naman talaga yung, they were really nurtured and really took care well by their parents. And then they cannot just be easily influenced, right? But, really, the situation, Satan is always looking at our second generation. Sila yung number one na target niya. These are pure lineage of God. Sabi niya, I will see. That's why how important ang school. Kaya nga nag-establish ng school sina two parents. What is really the purpose of this? We really need to, do our best to improve and develop our schools. Let's work together. Sama-sama po tayo and really make these schools really the best place to nurture and educate our second generation to really become the future leaders of our nation and the world. Aju? Aju. So let's invest continuously in our own families and really prepare schools well. Really make our Sonwa, our IPLC, we are going to expand po sa Visayas and Mindanao. And then we can really nurture and educate our children, the children of true parents, the children of heavenly parent, that they can really take ownership in the future. Aju? Aju. So Father said, a good family is a family with a foundation of heart. When you look at a family, it is not necessarily a good one just because it has a good house and a good environment. Conversely, no matter how bad a family's environment may be or how shabby its house may be, if it offers you peace and you are able to connect all things in your life to it, then it is a good family. It has a foundation of heart upon which the parents and children live for the sake of each other. This is the original homeland for our memories and the source of motivation for all living. Therefore, it becomes the basis for determining our happiness in life. So, how important, hindi lang po external things, external environment. Meron nga tayong kasabihan sa Pilipino, aanhin mo ang bahay na bato kung ang nakatira ay kwago. Mas mabuti pa ang bahay na kubo na ang nakatira ay tao. So what does this mean? So more than the external environment, most important is, the people, the family, the relationship, how they treat each other, right? So this is really, really important. Sabi ni Father, what is good family that people are really longing for? Anong pangarap? Ang concept ng ibang tao sa magandang pamilya, magandang bahay, may swimming pool, ganito, tapos maraming sasakyan. Yeah, it's important. Kailangan natin to, even our blessed families, dapat po lahat ng blessed families natin, ganun din, one day. We need to have also good environment. Kailangan po natin yun. May swimming pool, lahat po, because we are blessed families, right? But what is the foundation? Yung foundation po yung pinaka-importante, hindi naman agad-agad yan mangyayari. But should be lahat ng blessed families natin. Should be, living well, even external things din, kailangan po natin yan. But most importantly, yung foundation of the heart, yun po yung pinaka-importante sa lahat. Our relationship, and then everything will just follow. Ay, maraming mga pamilya, lalo na yung mga sa government natin, you will going to see, ang dami nilang mga bahay, kung saan may bahay sa Amerika, may bahay sa Australia, may bahay sa Pilipinas, sobrang dami nilang bahay. Ang lalaki. But were they happy? Are they happy? Masaya ba sila? How's their relationship with their family? Right? So what is the use of all these things? So what is really a happy family? Ano ba ang concept ng mga tao? That's why importante po our relationship. The foundation that we have, we are connected kahit na minsan hiwalay tayo, but you can feel each other, di ba? Ngayon, lalo na ngayon with this high-tech na environment natin ngayon. Mga pamilya hindi na nag-uusap kahit nasa isang bahay lang, kahit sobrang laki ng bahay, nagko-communicate na lang online. Can you imagine what kind of family is this? Right? What is the use of all the material things that their parents have invested and accumulated? What kind of family is this? No meaning, right? That's why what is really a good family? A family with the foundation of the heart. Kaya kahit minsan magkalayo ang mag-asawa, magkalayo ang parents sa kaanak, we always feel we are connected because of the foundation of the heart. You can always feel. Minsan nga, pag may sakit ang spouse mo or mga anak mo, nafe-feel mo yan because of that deep foundation that we have. Right? This is the most important that we need to develop sa life natin. As we grow then, young brothers and sisters, as we grow, how to develop this. And later on, when we have our own family, right? When we have our own family, we need to really develop this kind of love in our family that, you will always miss your spouse, you will always miss your children. When you will not see them, short time, you always miss them. This kind of foundation, right? And then everything will just follow. External things also will just follow. Yan naman yung pinaka-importante talaga eh. Kaya nga yung 3 great blessings, step by step po yan. Level 1, develop our character. Pangalawa, build good family, God-centered family. Then pangatlo lang naman po talaga yung external things. It will just follow. This is the law of the universe. It will just follow. Kaya lang, ang nangyari po mga tao ngayon, nabaliktad. Inuna nila yung external things, material things ang inuna nila. That destroys everything. As they are working to make, material things, actually their families are being destroyed. And even themselves as individuals. So what happens? They end up so lonely. They commit suicide. Even they are so rich, they have everything. Because they don't have this happiness, they don't have this connection of heart in their own families. Aju? That's why if we just go through this course, then everything will be given to us. Sabi nga sa Biblia, di po ba, if we are really faithful people, then we have to believe. Sabi sa Biblia, seek ye first God's kingdom and His righteousness, and all these things shall be added unto you. Very clear, but people doesn't really practice it. Kaya nga, we shouldn't worry so much. Of course, we are worried. Then minsan, lahat tayo naman Financially now, really challenging. Lahat tayo. Everybody. No one is exempted. Right? But, if we have this always, heart and really trying our best, and then with, family united, and then us, brothers and sisters, united together, lahat po ng situation we can overcome. Aju, if we have this basic foundation that begins in the family, foundation of the heart, whatever we face, we can surely overcome. Aju, kaya nga po, lahat po ngayon tinuro na ni true parents sa atin, kailangan lang natin gawin is to follow absolutely. And then everything we can really overcome. The more we deviate, the more we go against, the more problems will come to us. That's the reality. The more problems, the more difficulties will come to us. Kaya nga po, sabi ni Mother ngayon, most important thing ngayon, absolute faith, absolute love, absolute obedience. The more than before, the more we need to keep it, the more we need to practice it in our daily life. Aju? And then everything will just come into, in place. And then we can overcome any situations. Aju? That's why, tinuro na po lahat ito parents sa atin, everything is given to us. It's just up to us how to live by it, how to practice it in our daily life. Kaya nakadepende na lang po talaga sa atin. Aju? So, do not try to deviate and find your own way. Everything is already given. The path that we have to go through, already there. Already, established by true parents. Tayo po, sumusunod na lang tayo. Hindi na natin kailangan mag-pioneer pa ulit, gagawa ng another path, another way. That's why now, our absolute faith, absolute love, absolute obedience is absolutely the most precious now in living our life. Aju, we need to really become like the sunflower. Just absolutely obey. And then for sure, we will be victorious. We can accomplish anything. Our mission, right? And then we can really, prepare well when we go to the spiritual world. Then we will not regret. Right? So let's prepare well every time, every moment. Aju, that's why po, pagalingan na lang po mag-follow ngayon. Yun na lang po, we don't need to deviate and we don't need to find another way. Everything is settled. True parents has been victorious. They accomplished already. So ibig sabihin, victorious na po. Wala na po tayong kailangang hanapin pa. Sa lahat ng problema, nandito na po ang solusyon. Kailangan lang ng absolute faith natin, absolute love, and absolute obedience. Unite with true parents completely. Unite with true mother completely. And then everything can be solved. Sabi nga ni Mother, even us, we can solve our own problems. Tayo po, as Blessed Central Families, we can solve any problems that comes. Aju? That's why yun lang po ang kailangan natin i-keep ngayon. Absolute faith, absolute love, absolute obedience. So really, really amazing teaching about beloved true parents. Right? So the family is the foundation of the heart. Kaya nga po tayo ngayon, we are really doing our best to really make really this family become, really the family that can really influence our society, our nation, and the world. And together with our true parents this time, our true mother, working on earth, and our true father in the spiritual world, we are going to complete the providence together. Aju, so let's really do our best to really practice and really live every day, even very challenging po. I know it's really not easy. Kaya nga po, with our prayers, our devotion, Heavenly Parents can come and help us, the entire spiritual world, our true Father, Hyojinim, Hungjinim, Demonim. We just need to call them to help us. Whatever problems and difficulties, we can surely overcome. Aju, and then our ancestors that we have liberated, lagi po yan silang kasama natin. So, we are meant to be great men and women. Father said, we are all meant to become victorious and no one should be left behind. Aju, let's really do our best and really offer the greatest, thing that we can offer while we are alive and then while True Mother is with us on earth, so that we will never have any regret, right? And then we can really leave greatest legacy for our children, for our descendants. It can really make them proud, especially make Heavenly Parents and True Parents proud of. Aju. So once again, thank you very much to our Heavenly Parents and True Parents. Brothers and sisters, let's really have a great day today. May Heavenly Parents' love and blessings be always upon you and your families. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, our NL, or beloved NL, Reverend Leo Angelo Halog. Again, brothers and sisters, let's give our national leader a big virtual applause. Thank you so much. And that is true, brothers and sisters. The family is the training ground of our heart. And for that, I know you have so many reflections, realizations this morning. May we call on our blessed family to reflect for this. Coming from the city of Taguig, our blessed family, Mrs. Relina Dolendo. Let's give her a big virtual applause.
Okay. Okay, good morning. I'm thankful that I was given the chance to reflect on this morning devotion. And I am always thankful with the guidance, the internal guidance given by our national leaders. I'm always amazed how he was able to be to put in together this guidance uh, every day, and then so strongly and very applicable to actually our practical life today. So in reflection to the message given or the internal guidance given by our two parents to our national leader today, truly our family is the tawag dito, is the education of is where we are, our heart is, we find education of the heart. So as you see members, like in the guide, as you see members, we are educators in the family as the formation stage. Yun yung sabi niya kanina. And it is the foundation of the heart as parents to our children, as spouses, and as siblings to our brothers and sisters, and as children uh, to our parents. We are, as we witness to our mission areas, we are also educators of the heart to other families as we try to expand our families to our tribes or to the people we witness with. And I particularly reflect on this and experience these things this month, early since May 1, we are encouraged by our leader here in Taguig, Bishop Rafi Rebaño and Ate Pochim, to truly start our tribal Messiah mobilization. And then we started it this May, and then at first I was I'm not too sure. I am like the disciple who during Jesus Christ time that maniniwala, parang ang liit ng akala ko, ang laki akala ko I'm faithful, and then I realized ganun kaya liit yung kababaw yung faith ko, kasi parang ako yung na kailangan isuot ko muna yung daliri ko dun sa kamay ni Jesus Christ para malaman ko na totoo siya, parang ganon. So, parang ganun yung nangyari. Kasi nga, parang grabe pandemic area, pandemic time, mag-start kami ng mobilization in NCR. Meron ba talagang nag-start ng mobilization in NCR, di ba? Merong tayo, parang meron tayong social distancing issues, yung ganun, baka we might be apprehended. And of course, ang iniisip ko at that time, I'm a government employee. Pag tinanong ako, pag during nasa area kami, baka pag tinanong ako, I don't have a ready answer kung why are we doing this, and I might be breaching yung social distancing of the pandemic. Those are my apprehension. And yet since as it is since it has been my attitude not to follow, and then our leader Kuya Rafi and Ate Poti is very persistent, more than persistent than me, and to be able, so I don't have any reason not to follow. And then we started it, and amazingly when we started, of course, my husband, since he have already retired, he have much time to go to the area, and then they were the ones who was truly he several times to do 3 days in a row. Ate Pochen and Kuya Rafi toured us around the different he toured my husband to different or possible areas, and then they finally find a suitable one, and then they started it. At first, on the first day, I was so worried, so they might, I'm preparing myself to go to the precinct, and then yung mapaliwanag, yung parang tutumsin ko yung asawa ko sa yung si Nanay Daisy, kasi parang gano'n, kasi hindi sila hindi sila nag-text nung araw na yon, tapos almost 6:30 na, parang gano'n. Because ano na kayo nangyari sa kanila, parang tatakot din ako mag-text kayo, nangyari sa inyo, nasan na kayo. So yun. So pagdating nila, finally, before 7 a.m., 7 p.m., dumating sila. Tapos ang unang word ng asawa ko, oh, ang dami mo nang aalagaan. Parang gano'n. So sabi ko, anong aalagaan? Parang gano'n. So dahil nakarating sila, I was thankful. And then sabi niya, hindi lang siya, hindi drawing yung meron pa silang listahan. They have about 65 name list na approach nila. So yun. So sabi ko, posible pala talaga yun. Parang gano'n. So yun yung so yun yung sinasabi ko na parang ang liit ng aking faith. So napakaliit ng faith ko. So napakababaw ng faith ko. And in fact, my husband and I really appreciate truly our leaders, and also my husband and our coordinator. Mayroong inassign sa amin si Ate Pochi na coordinator. And grabe yung yung alam niyo yung Jehovah's Witnesser na yun yung training niya yung ganun siya kakulit, parang ganyan, yung umaayaw na pero nagagawa pa rin niya ng paraan. So yung time na since I am still working, so paminsan-minsan lang ako nakakasama sa kanila. And then only during Saturdays and Sundays. And then amazingly after, so May 6, nakapag-bless na po kami ng dalawang couple. Dalawang couple. So we were able to bless dalawang couple. In 1 week time, naka-bless kami ng 7 couples, yun. And until na, parang it's really a miracle. So, and as we lecture, we give them the, tawag dito, as we give them the divine, lecture them or give them the divine principle, the introduction of the blessing, we become truly educators of the heart, because we are uh, tawag dito, we are yung original ideal of God in the creation is yun yung pinapaliwanag namin. Ito yung purpose ng blessing. Yun, ganon. So, as I can, as I reflect, ganun nga siya. Talagang, as we expand our family to our tribes and to be able to receive the blessing too, we become educators and of the heart. Kahit na sinasabi natin na, sabi siguro ng iba na uh, hindi naman kaagad-agad magbabago yung family. Pero at least you have, parang virus siya na nagpasok ko na ng virus pwede na silang mag-umpisa. And then yun nga, we just need to believe in our true parents. Yun nga yung sinasabi ni Mother, ito yung palagi kong nare-realize ngayon. I have so little faith, pero dahil sinabi ni Mother, basta maniwala ka lang sa akin, and then everything else will follow. And yun po yung aking reflection. Truly, through the witnessing, through the mobilization, my family and I also, as husband and wife, we are also educated, and our heart was educated also as we do this mobilization. And we thank you for, of course, I am also thankful to our national leaders for giving us the authority to bless, so that we can use that in the in the blessing our tribe. So we personally truly I could truly tell you now, we personally my husband and I to personally bless and educate these people that we have. So unahan ko na yung family festival. So this May we have blessed 16 couples, and we have 28 associate members, which is it is unthinkable before to me. And this is the conclusion of my reflection. Thank you and good morning to everybody.
Thank you so much, Ate Relina. Again, brothers and sisters, please give our Sister Relina a big virtual applause. Thank you so much po. And that is true. Our witnessing HTM activities are the training ground for us to expand our family. And so our hearts will be interconnected as well. And in the future, we can also make God's family bigger, right? And maraming salamat po, Ate Relina. And now for the next na magre-reflect, may we call on our Mandaluyong Center Leader, Mrs. Edita Cipriano. Let's give her a big virtual applause.
Good morning. Thank you, Sister Lady. Good morning, NL, brothers and sisters. Good morning. Good morning.
Morning po.
So, for me, my reflection sa binasa ngayon if I am to reflect of the life of the lineage of true parents from the memoir of true mother's life, actually, parang ganun din yung life namin ngayon eh, na the lineage of true mother, especially the grandmother and Temonim grew for welcoming the Lord who is to come. That's why when her husband tell her that they will move to the to the south because Korea is no longer good as an environment for his family, but then Temonim preferred to stay in North Korea. So as I to look back, if I am to think also of my family, parang ganun din kami eh. Na my family is far apart. We are away from each other physically, but somehow, because we have the desire to support our True Mother's Vision 2021 to 2027, so we are away as husband and wife. Together with the children, we are not staying together. So, totoo na family is the training ground because if we have not experienced love relationship in the family, wherever we go, we are always craving for the love that we still need in our life. But if we have that love in our family, so we are free to give that love to others. So I remember when I am also new to the movement, I experienced being lived alone by my companion in doing the mission. But because I had the determination that if I will not go on with the mission, it's the until. So, totoo na if we persevere and we carry on with our goal and vision in life, it never stops. Kasi even sa blessed life, I'm very grateful na na-meet ko ang true parents that because of our blessing, what is unexpected in my life had been realized. So, maraming mga bagay na I don't expect to happen in our life. It is just like having children. It is not just enough to have your blessed family, provide them with all the external things. I'm very grateful that I'm still alive this time because I am fully reminded. Because if you ask my children whom they love most, father or mother, they will answer the father because I am not together with the children all the time. Even though we have taken care of our children externally, if we do not have the heart foundation, it's easy for our children to just say bye-bye. So I remember during our stay here in Manila, my eldest son said, I remember when we were together, we are going to the seashore, mamana ng isda, and then we do the sugba-sugba, then the neighbors will come, then we will eat together then, happy and enjoying. These things are the memories. Even when we go to the farm together, we share all these memories are actually our bonding. So, totoo na we have our family as a training ground and the society and the school as the expansion of our future and the nation as the final stage. So it is very true. I'm very grateful actually that I met the movement, I met true parents because even we got blessed, we have to still undergo the ups and downs. We started family without nothing. When we started family, life is heaven. But dumating din kami sa time na we are negative, cannot even meet the necessary basic requirements for the family. So because we have this determination as a family, as a member of the true family, so we have to go on, still move on. There were times na my husband cannot provide financial support when our children are still very small. So what will I do? If the husband cannot provide the basic needs and I don't have anybody to help me all those times. So because of true parents' wisdom and my experience in our business and fundraising, so life can still go on. So totoo na while we are in the society, while we are in the mission, this is now the extension and preparation for our future life. It is because if we do not experience difficult times, we cannot also experience the suffering heart of God. When we were in our comfort zone, it's difficult to comprehend the heart of God. But when times comes that we are no longer able to meet almost our basic needs, then that's the time I have reflected. God loves us. God loves our family so much. God loves every one of us so much because He will is still there to support us in times of need. So with the time just like now, the pandemic, life is difficult. But since we have the words of true parents, we have our leaders, we have our true mother, this time, everything goes smooth. So, ika nga, with our true mother being one absolute faith, absolute love, and absolute obedience, there's no more problem not to be solved. So, totoo na we are now in the pandemic, but still, we can survive, di ba? Still, we can meet people. We can meet each other through this virtual uh, because of advanced technology. So I'm very grateful that I am still alive this time because I have not grown that big heart much. I have very small heart compared to the people who are that good. So while I am still having this life on earth, I want to develop to love. I want to show my love. So I hope that in the future, in the next days, I can express God's love wherever I meet all of you. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Ate Edita, for that wonderful reflection. And yes, our movement has a big family. Since nag-join ako sa movement, I can also reflect na we have so many families all over the world. And yung families na to, it composed of different people. And I can agree with Ate Edita. Let's give her a big virtual, applause. I'm really inspired. Kasi nga po, Ate Edita, I can actually see her hard works as well. And nakikita ko rin po sa mga blessed families, which is really my parang model po. Sa lahat po ng region, yung yung dapat naming sundan. And I had also the most amazing experiences nung magala po kasi akong tao. I go to IFLC to teach, and I had the most amazing experiences po, especially dun sa environment. Dun lang ako nakakita ng school na merong holy ground. And also all the members, can follow through parents po. And yun yung magandang environment for our family to grow. Also, yung movement natin, napaka-diverse din po. We have so many talents. And through our HTM mobilization, yung family na natin na to, we can grow more and really, really make our heavenly parent and true parents proud while we have time. And yun nga po, I'm really inspired, hindi lang po sa mga nakikita ko ngayon, pero sa lahat ng ng region, kasi right now we can see so many fruits na talagang hina-harvest po ng mga blessed families natin, mga HTM natin po. And I'm really amazed kasi talagang iba yung era po natin ngayon. And hopefully we can really grow pa yung heart natin so we can, you know, embrace more families in the future, especially sa amin din po, we aspire to become chunbo. And ganun din po sa mga brothers and sisters. We hope na mas matrain pa natin yung heart natin in the environment, institution na meron po yung movement natin. We have IPLC, SHIA, Sunmoon University, UPA, which, you know, dreams ko, ganyan po. And yun po, marami tayong mga institution to really showcase po natin yung mga talents natin and skills natin. And we need each other kasi tayo naman po yung mga blessed family to create stronger avenue para sa mga future blessed families din po. And I'm really thankful for that one po. Now to give us inspirations and guidance for our final guidance, may we call on our Regional Vice President of Heavenly Asia Pacific 2, none other than our most amazing Dr. Julius Malikden. Let's give him a big round of applause.
Thank you very much, Lady, and to Ate Edita, Sister Relina, for your inspiring testimony of faith, especially your sacrifices, not only as an individual, but as a family. So we really appreciate that. And thank you to our national leader for giving us, again, wonderful guidance today. And welcome to all brothers and sisters. Happy Friday. So the family is the training ground of the heart. True Father said we cannot live separate from the heart. Actually, this is very important because whenever we talk about kingdom of heaven, the culture and the environment in the kingdom of heaven is based on the culture of heart, right? So the preparation to actually live in the kingdom of heaven is basically the preparation of how much we are training our heart to love. So, kumbaga, there is no other way to prepare for kingdom of heaven but to really grow our heart, the capacity to be able to love. So that is why whenever we think of the family, this is the place where our heart can grow and we can be trained. So we don't have to go to a training center, or to go to a school, because immediately once we are born on this earth, immediately we are in an environment. Kumbaga, nandun kaagad tayo sa isang training place or a training center in order to grow our heart. So True Father said, the joy experience in the family is a primal joy or primary joy. It's not secondary, Father said. So that's why, actually, this is so important. I would like to share with all our families that, you know, our family should always be a home filled with laughters. Actually, I learned this when I started teaching Sunday school in our headquarters, and also when I started guiding the National Sunday School in our movement in the Philippines. And then there's one book actually which was published. This is a testimony of one elder sister who took care of many second generation who are children of our elder couples, especially in Japan. And then, interestingly, in that book, may nabasa ako doon that there is one second generation who gave testimony. And then, ang sabi niya, how she wished na yung bahay daw nila, that their home should always be a home filled with laughters every day. So ganun, napakasimple lang yung wish niya, no? And actually, this is true. And I'm sure our blessed children, our children, are also hoping for this kind of family. So that's why we really have to strive to be able to have this environment in our family filled with laughters. And then, but you know, it's not only experiencing joy in the family, as Ate Edita was mentioning, that as a family, we also experience challenges and difficulties. So that's why it's not only experiencing joy in the family, but also the family serves as a training ground for our hearts in order to sacrifice, to be patient, to endure, and to love unconditionally. So kahit na ano yung sitwasyon sa family, this is the best time for us to be able to experience, no, including our children. They can experience sacrifice. They can experience, you know, endurance, patience, willing to wait, right? The willingness to wait. And then also to experience loving without any condition. So all of this, nandyan na sa family natin. So actually, we can feel this emotional attachment whenever we think of family. I'm sure, no, everybody, when you think of your children, of your spouse, of your brothers and sisters, of your parents, immediately there's some kind of your heart is jumping immediately. Why? Why such emotional attachment whenever we talk about families? It is because we have inherited this nature from our heavenly parent. You know, our heavenly parent is not somebody who is sitting on his throne and then everything is okay, almighty, all powerful, omnipotent. God, first and foremost, is our parent. So he wants and he wished to dwell in the company of families, with his families, right? So this is the very heart of our heavenly parent. That's why na-inherit lang po natin yon, to dwell in a family of love. So, as True Father said, why family is called the training ground of heart? Because, you know, the family is the first place where we can experience four great realms of heart, right? So that's why every morning, whenever we recite the family pledge, number 3, we always say, to perfect the four great realms of heart. We pledge to perfect the four great realms of heart. Because in the family, we are training first to develop children's love, right? And then later on, brothers, sisters love, siblings love, and then husband and wife or couples love, and then parental love. So all of this, nakikita natin yan, and na-experience natin yan in a daily basis in the family. So that is why is it important for us to develop the four great realms of heart? Because this is actually the pledge. This actually, True Father said, even if we can accomplish even one of the 8 pledges, because every day we pledge 8, no, 8 pledges. So Father said, even if we only accomplish one of these pledges, then we are already guaranteed, we can already be qualified to enter kingdom of heaven. So the very purpose why we have to be trained to love our parents, to love our children, to love brothers and sisters, to love husband and wife in the family, because this is for the sake of loving the nation and the world. Yun ang sabi ni True Father, for the sake of loving the nation and for the sake of loving the world. That is why our true parents, you know, refer to an ideal family as a school of love, right? Pero sabi ni True Father, hindi lang ito school of love. Also, the family is a textbook of love, True Father said. And actually, interestingly, Father asked, who is the author of this textbook of love? You know who is the author? Father said it is the husband and the wife. They are the authors of this textbook of love. So the question is, what kind of story you are writing? As husband and wife, as parents, what kind of story are you writing? Is it an inspiring story? Is it a drama? Is it comedy, action, or what? So that's why we really have to reflect, what kind of story are we writing? Or what story should we write? Kasi sinusulat pa lang natin siya ngayon. Aju? So hindi pa tapos. So we need to really reflect on this and really work hard and make efforts to write a very inspiring story, no, for the sake of your children, you know, your future generation, your tribe. So this can become an inspirational textbook that you are writing. So finally, how to build kingdom of heaven? Actually, the basic formula is already found in the family. We don't have to find somewhere else. The basic formula is already found in the family. So it is like that God actually really prepared everything for us. So God prepared all of us to live in a family, di ba? No one is exempted. When we came to this world, immediately we are in an environment of family. So no one is exempted. So it's like God prepared this environment of family so that this family is like, instruction manual for building kingdom of heaven. So we cannot look for it anywhere. It's already in the family. So as True Father said, when does training ends? Kasi kanina, Kuya L.A. shared about these words from True Father, no? True Father asks, when does this training ends? Training ends with loving the nation. Why? Because this is the concept of building Chonelgu. So that's why do we have to be trained in the family? So that we can extend that to the society, extend it to the nation. So that's why, so since the family is like a school, then we have to learn the lessons well. We have to pass the lessons well. And then we have to apply these lessons in real life. So if we apply in the nation, then we become patriots of the nation, right? So the family is actually a school of raising patriots for the nation. So that's why when we teach our children, do not teach them to love you only as a parent. We have to teach them to love the world, to love the nation, to love humanity, to love other people. So yun ang sabi ni True Father. And then if we apply that to the world, then we become saints. And then apply that in heaven and on earth, then we become divine sons and daughters. So brothers and sisters, so let's be inspired to extend this family, not just be confined with your own family. So now we have the mandate to expand this community, the Heavenly Parents Holy Community, right? So that's why we are grateful. We have the mission of Heavenly Tribal Messiah. We can extend this family, right? We can extend this to our communities. So that's why we really have to become grateful to our Heavenly Parents, to our true parents who have given us this great opportunity to be able to live in the kingdom of heaven while we are on this earth through our family. So let's have Victorious Friday today, and let's prepare very well for our Family Peace Festival this Sunday. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Sir Julius. Again, brothers and sisters, let's give our Kuya Julius a big virtual applause. Thank you so much. And for that, I know you're all very inspired. But first, we need to have our news and announcement.
Thank you so much, Sister Laddie. Good morning to all our leaders, brothers, and sisters. We would like to remind and invite once again everyone to the second Family Peace Festival this coming Sunday, May 30, 2021. Let us witness exciting performances and listen to inspiring testimonials from our government leaders, religious leaders, and peace ambassadors as they testify about our beloved true mother and how they experience peace in their family and community. Again, brothers and sisters, let us join and participate to the Family Peace Festival this Sunday, May 30, 2021, 9 a.m. Thank you. See you, brothers and sisters, on Sunday.
Okay, brothers and sisters, mark your calendar, May 30. Ikaw ang biyaya. Okay, and for our closing prayer, let's welcome our blessed family member from the city of Quezon City, Dr. Janet Kabayama.
Can you hear me? Naririnig ako?
Yes,
Okay. Okay. Blessed families, brothers and sisters, please join me in my prayer. Our heavenly parents as cosmic true parents of heaven, earth, and humankind. As we come to the end of our morning devotion for today, we offer our gratitude for being in our midst, for the words of guidance we receive from our national leader. We have been guided once again. The value of the family is a foundation of building the kingdom of heaven, where each one of us can experience the primal joy, where we can advance and our hearts grow and learn to live for the sake of others. May True Parents Force continue to inspire us as we live our daily lives. We would like to offer you our determination to walk according to the word that has been taught to us today, while striving to be firmly rooted in your deep love. In your deep love. We would like to honor and glorify and comfort you by becoming families you so desire. Families who victoriously take responsibility in spreading your words and having our neighbors become blessed families. Allow us, Heavenly Parents, become families who people can see you and true parents in us. I pray this in my name, Janet Kabayama, wife of Roshi Gabriel Central Family.
Now let's have our unison prayer. Thank you so much, brothers and sisters. Now for our closing greetings, let's offer our closing greetings to our Heavenly Parent and true parents of heaven, earth, and humankind. Good morning, Heavenly Parent, true parents. Good morning, brothers and sisters. Good morning, leaders. NL, Reverend Lay Angelo, good morning. Good morning, Kuya Julius. Good morning, leaders, brothers and sisters.
Good morning,
Thank you so
everyone.
much, Sister Levy, to our national leader, to our Sir Julius, to our NCR family. Thank you so much for hosting our
Good
morning
morning, everyone.
devotion.
Goodbye.
Thank you, brothers and sisters, for attending our morning devotion.